So now, y'all just seen a video I did regarding the UCC and my little input on that. So now what I'm gonna do, since I'm in here, I got my books here, my little references, I like to call it. I'm going to elaborate a little bit more on the UCC and what it's about. Here go the federal rules of civil procedure. These are the references I'm using. Here go business law, and then my experience as a paralegal. Bachelor's degree with that. A lot of people take pride in knowledge as far as all the scholars with history. So and people are respected for their research. So I will ask for I be respected for my research and my due diligence. I mean, this is I would say this is my trade. Law. Just like people are proficient with history and different other skills. This is my skill. So as I'm talking, this, if you don't want to take heed, like I said, I have the references here. You don't have to take my word for it. Here go another book I'm gonna be referencing, Tort Law for Legal Assistance. So to get right into it, let's look at what UCC is. And I'm looking in right now. I'm gonna be looking in. Right now, we're gonna be looking at this business law here, contracts. Excuse the background. That's my daughter. But anyway, now let's look at it. If y'all could see it there, hopefully, the Universal Commercial Code is one of the major frustrations of businessmen conducting interstate business is that they are subject to laws of each state in which they operate. To address this problem, in 1949, the National Conference of Commissioners on Uniform State Laws promulgated the Uniform Commercial Code. The Uniform Commercial Code, a model act that includes comprehensive law that covers most aspects of commercial transactions. All the states have enacted all or part of the UCC as statutes. And let's talk about it. Then it goes into what is a sale. UCC applies to transaction in goods. All states have held that Article 2 applies to sales of goods. All right, let's look at the statute that people always quote, UCC 2107. Here's an example. They use an example here. The sale and removal of a chandelier in the house is a sale of goods subject to Article 2 because its removal was not materially harm to the real estate. So, in a nutshell, just that little thing there, what does that have to do with sovereignty? We quoting this stuff, but, where's that have to do with sovereignty? I'm looking here. Let's look at here. All right. Here's the reference here. I'm looking at this book now. But this book says, innocent misrepresentation also arise in the context of product liability similar to the express warranty provisions of the Uniform Commercial Code. A seller of goods that make misrepresentation on a label or through public advertising is strictly liable for a physical injury that results from misinformation. And then the next page is 287. Let's look at page 287 where it talks about Uniform Commercial Code as well. All right. Today is acclimated form of law is made more confusing by the Uniform Commercial Code's effort to deal with warranties on a statutory basis. Contract remedies, in contrast, are designed to compensate parties for the loss of benefits for their bargain under the Uniform Commercial Code. Maybe, I don't know. Can somebody help me out? Because if I'm reading this right, this has nothing to do with sovereignty, like at all. It really has nothing to do with sovereignty. It's, you know, if you're a business and you're transporting goods, you know, to another state, you're doing business with another corporation in another state, you know, that's where that comes in. Now I'm looking at the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, which it doesn't state the Uniform Commercial Code, or at least this book is so big and broad. Let's go with, because it's dealing with debt. Because some people say it's dealing with debt and then stuff like that, but it had the rules of civil procedure. You know, how can you bring that claim in court? So you have to understand the process of civil procedure when you making such claims. You know, so who you gonna sue? What's the cause of action? You know what I'm saying? You can't just come out of nowhere and just be like, oh, I want to sue. I want to sue because of some inalienable rights, and you misconstruing the Constitution and all this other stuff. You know, you got to keep in mind that this land was taken. You know what I'm saying? People was taken from their lands in order to build this land. So when the laws was constructed here, you know, for the most part, it didn't include certain groups of people, you know, and we don't have to do a history lesson on that. We know what's going on. We all know what's going on. So do you think a simple statue is going to turn that around? You know what I'm saying? You think everybody just claims sovereignty and problem solved? Just something to think about, though. But that's just my proof there, because I know the last one, people thought I was rambling and stuff. But there goes some proof there. If you want to challenge it, you know, I'm here. DM me. You could do all that.